Hey, this is Ben Thatcher from Royal Blood, and you're listening to Capsule Podcast on liveinlimbo.com.
Monster, I got my eye on you. Where are you going? Where you running to? Hey, little monster, you know it's all okay. I'm gonna love you no matter what you say. I got love on my fingers, lost on my tongue. You say you got nothing, so come out and get some. Heartache's a heartache, I know we'll find your man. I say run, little monster, before you know who I am. Hey, little creature, tell me what's on your mind.
You're listening to Capsule on liveinlimbo.com. My name is Sean Chin, and this is an adventure into music, film, and pop culture. As you may have noticed, we've been off the air for a few weeks now, and that's been due to a few things, vacation mainly, and a few rescheduled interviews and discussion panels, but all is well here at Capsule, and we are currently working on some new, great, exciting things for you all. And we'd like to kick off our little return with Royal Blood. They are an amazing rock band from the UK who formed in 2013. And while they are still relatively new, they've been making a name for themselves. You should definitely check them out. They've been compared to the likes of the White Stripes and the Black Keys with their hard rock and blues and garage rock sound, and they are currently on tour with Foo Fighters. I am thrilled to have Ben Thatcher of Royal Blood on the show today. Thanks for joining us, Ben. How's it going?
Good, thank you.
Congrats on being prominently featured on Apple Music's Beats One service by the fine folks such as Zane Lowe. Little Monster was played a lot on that station. So what are your thoughts on this concept of a 24/7 worldwide radio station?
It's brilliant. I think, I know that, Zane Lowe quite well, and I know he's a massive music fan and he wants the best for, good music. So it's great to have him on board with the whole Apple Music thing, and why not?
Were you surprised to see him leave the BBC Radio 1? Because he's been there for such a long time.
Yeah, I think I wasn't surprised, but more excited for him, to go, because he had been doing that for so long, and it was nice to see him branching out and moving on to something else.
Absolutely. It's always good to keep things fresh. One thing I want to ask you that I've been dying to ask, how do you and Mike Kerr complement each other in the studio and on stage? How are they different?
In the studio, we're together, working together, and it's mainly a big jam, and we do the record in the studio and do all of that because we love playing live together, and doing that gives us the opportunity to play those songs in front of people and to have a party with everyone. So we enjoy both being creative and performing at the same time.
That's awesome. And you probably get this one asked a lot, but what's it like touring with such a legendary rock band and rock gods such as Foo Fighters?
It's incredible, really, to be, with those guys. If there was one band that we would have loved to tour with at the start of it would have been the Foo Fighters. So to actually be doing it right now is a dream come true.
Amazing. That must be a dream come true there. And so we've all been seeing Dave with his cast on his leg, and you get to hang out with him. So how does he cope with this leg injury? Because it's pretty badass that he's still performing.
I mean, there's only one Dave Grohl, and he knows how to do it properly. and he won't let his fans down. So it's amazing for how he's still doing it. I don't know if I could do that, but yeah. I mean, my hat's off to him.
I was going to ask that. So if you or Mike were ever injured, do you think you could pull something like that off?
I would not be able to play drums with a broken leg.
Oh boy. Oh, hope God forbid that happens. But I mean, you guys are still pretty hardcore. Like here in Toronto, you're going to be playing 2 shows in one night. Where do you find the energy to pull that off?
We'll soon find out.
Oh my God. Have you done that before?
I think I have, but not with I can't think of a time that we've done that with Royal Blood. We've done like radio sessions and then played shows, so we'll see how it goes.
Oh God!
I mean, we're going to be well up for it. So,
we live in a pretty pop music heavy world right now, and it's very refreshing to see some great heavy rock from people like you, Royal Blood. What are your thoughts in this space, in this rock music space, to help it grow?
I mean, I think it all comes down to good songs in the end. It's called pop because it's popular, and it's with rock music coming in and doing that, that's it's popular as well, but it's a little bit heavier. It's a little bit more authentic because it's more live feeling, I think, with people actually playing instruments instead of using computers to do it for them. But I think there's room for all kinds of genres, and I think for rock music, we're proud to be put in the limelight a little bit with it, because there's a lot of room for rock bands to come play and be at the forefront for a bit, I think.
What does Royal Blood represent to the musical world?
We want to just be honest live rock band. That have a good time. We don't feel any pressure to be popular or such. We're just having such a great time, and doing that has got us to where we are now. So that's what it means, I think.
That's a great answer. I was digging around the internet, and on the Telegraph back in February, there was an article on you guys, and it says, you guys said, there's such a poor community for new bands. It's a really bad thing for British music. Now, that was in February. Since then, have you seen any improvement?
I think there's been a little bit. I think, more mainstream radio's been like picking up on a few more bits and bands. But yeah, like I said, it all comes down to good songs, and if other genres are doing that and making great songs, it's they're going to be played.
Yeah.
So you can be a great musician and a fantastic band, but if you haven't got the right songs for, I don't know, radio, or because no one really wants to listen to an epic 12-minute song. Some people would, but that's 12 minutes that some people have to go through that they're not going to enjoy very much. So you have to, it's just about writing the right songs for it, I think.
Absolutely. Who are 2 of your favorite up-and-coming bands today to listen to?
There's a band from the UK that we've taken on tour with us a few times called Turbo Wolf. They're fantastic. They just released an album, actually, and they're a solid rock band who are, they're absolutely brilliant. A lot of energy. Another great rock band as well called the Marmozets, who are starting to come out here a little bit more. They did some stuff with Muse back in England, but they're a lively bunch, and they're making great music as well.
Awesome, I'll check them out. Deconstructing your hit Little Monster, can you tell me a little about what was the inspiration behind that? Because that's the one that gets featured a lot on Zane Lowe's show.
Yeah, I mean, Little Monster was just recorded in a batch of songs throughout 2013, and one of those songs which caught people's ears, I guess, and it was we were just having fun with writing as many songs as we could.
Awesome. And so your self-titled album, Royal Blood, came out in August 2014. We want all of our listeners to go download that on iTunes or listen to that on Apple Music. But are you guys, after this tour finishes, are you going to be working on some new material?
Yes, we're writing now, as much as we can on the road, because that's what we do. We love creating new stuff, and we love we're wanting to perform, some new songs at live shows as soon as possible. So, we're doing that. We still got a lot of touring to go. We've gone back to Japan and Australia, and then coming back here to finish up some stuff with the Foo Fighters. And we've got a busy schedule, but we'll make some time for the new record.
Cool. Do you find recording on the road difficult or challenging?
I mean, we've only just started doing it, so it is a bit of a challenge, and we feel a little bit of pressure about getting the next one out, but we're thoroughly enjoying the writing process and making the second record.
No pressure, man. No. What's the craziest thing that you've seen on this Foo Fighters tour from fans?
Well, we've only played one show with them so far.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen anything.
Nothing out of the ordinary?
I think the craziest thing I've seen is Dave Grohl's throne.
Yeah, the motorized throne. Where did that idea come from? Do you know?
He drew that up when he was in hospital.
Oh, God. That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Pleasure.
As mentioned before, I highly recommend that you download their self-titled album, Royal Blood, on iTunes or give them a listen on Apple Music. You can follow them on Twitter at Royal Blood UK and on Facebook also at Royal Blood UK. You can follow myself on Twitter at Sean Chin, and you can follow the show at Live in Limbo and use the hashtag Capsule Podcast to join in on the conversation. Please subscribe to the show in iTunes and give us 5 stars and leave some nice words in the review section. And as always, you can find the show notes at liveinlimbo.com/capsule. Take care.